The whole thing about service tax is there are two formulas which rule the whole act. One is called inclusive formula, the other one is called exclusive formula, exclusive, inclusive. So if one memorizes this formula, there are only two questions asked. Any question, the two items which are asked is what is the value of service tax, what's the value of taxable service, and what is the service tax payable. These are the only two questions asked in any given problem. So if one knows how to give answers to these two questions, we have solved everything. Every problem in service tax has got only these two questions. These two questions can be solved in both the methods, exclusive formula, inclusive formula. Exclusive formula means that taxable service does not include service tax. Inclusive formula means taxable service includes service tax. This is the basic difference between the two formulas. Now, memorizing this formula is not a big issue. A few glances here and there, anyone can memorize. But the issue is which formula to use. The challenge is which formula to use in the problem. So we can know, I've made a small list of things to show when this formula is used, when exclusive formula is used, when inclusive formula is used. So if we memorize these two sheets, then we are thorough. We are almost through the whole chapter. We know which formula to use, we are on the right track. We can understand this better through an example. Let us say illustration 1. Mr. Kumar rendered a taxable service to a client on 5th October 2014. A bill of rupees 40,000 was raised on 9th October 2014. 15,000 were received from the client on 11th October 2014 and the balance on 23rd December 2014. So moment we see this first paragraph, we know rules of point of taxation. So we'll immediately jump and think this is a question on point of taxation. Don't be in a hurry, relax, further go down the question, see what he's asking for. Point number A, if service tax was separately charged in the bill, what is the value of taxable service and service tax payable? Second question is, no service tax was separately charged in the invoice. In that case, is Kumar liable to pay service tax even though the same has not been charged by him? In case he is liable, what is the value of taxable services and service tax payable? So let us go through this problem in detail slowly. The first part, again, as I told you, is not on point of taxation. Because we know point of taxation, let us not jump and answer this. This is not at all a question on point of taxation, so let us ignore those rules. Let us get down to the problem proper. If service tax was separately charged in the bill, when we have a look at this sheet says we'll have to search for if service tax was separately charged in the bill. When we observe these two sheets, we'll observe that exclusive formula has got this service tax is separately shown in the bill. So we'll have to apply this formula. One of these cases means we'll have to apply exclusive formula. Now service tax is separately shown in the bill, this is the problem on this, so we'll have to apply exclusive formula. If we apply exclusive formula, clause A, if service tax was separately charged in the bill, what is the value of taxable service? Value of taxable service is equal to bill value itself. That is bill value in this case is rupees 40,000. Once you do this, whatever has been asked in the question, if service tax was charged separately in the bill, what is the value of taxable services? Value of taxable services, this is an answer to this particular issue here. So this value of taxable services, now that you have done this, put this in a box. put it in a box, preferably in a bigger font. The reason is the examiner has got only 3.5 minutes to correct your paper. So in 3.5 minutes, he will not have time to search your answers. So if you put it in a box, he's going to have a look at the box and give you marks straight away. For this, he's going to give you marks stepwise. Now we'll go on to the second part of the problem. What is the value of taxable service and service tax payable? Service tax payable, this formula. Service tax payable is value of taxable services into 12.36%. So clause number B. Service tax payable is equal to value of taxable services into 12.36%. In this case, value of taxable services is 40,000 into 12.36% is equal to, let us use the calculator and check for ourselves, 40,000 into 12.36 percentage is 4,944. So service tax payable is 4,944. Put this in a box. So this is in relation to point number A, these two clauses. Point number A is fully answered. Now let us move on to point number B. No service tax was separately charged in the invoice. If no service tax is separately charged in the invoice, we'll have to apply inclusive formula. When service tax is not separately charged in the invoice, means we'll have to use inclusive formula. So here the question says, is Kumar liable to pay service tax? Yes, even if he is not charged service tax separately in the invoice, he is liable to pay service tax. Even if it is not separately charged in the invoice, service tax must be paid. This is an answer to this, even though he has not been charged by him separately. In this case, is he liable? Yes, he is liable. What is the value of taxable service? Value of taxable service is we'll come to value of taxable service later. Service tax payable. Let us apply the inclusive formula. Service tax payable, that is gross amount into 12.36 divided by 112.36. So in that case, the gross amount is, now in this case, it is gross amount is 40,000 into 12.36 divided by 112.36. If we do this on the calculator, 40,000 into 12.36 divided by 112.36 equals 4,400.142399. It's rounded off to 4,400 because in service tax we are allowed to round off to the nearest rupee. So value of taxable service is gross value minus service tax payable, that is 40,000 minus 4,400 will give us 35,600. This is value of taxable service. So with this we have answered both this A and B. Always in the exam, after having answered everything like what I did, please do whatever I do. I close the pen, you also close the pen and see for yourself, have the answer sheets and see if you have answered them in full. Question number 1, value of taxable services is what is being asked. Value of, we have answered that. Service tax payable, answered that. Point A, totally answered. We are given the numbers. Point B, is he liable for service tax? Yes, we have answered that. Then service tax payable is being asked. We have answered that, 4,400. And value of taxable service, yes, we have answered this in full. So you can write for yourself the marks in the end over here, 8, and wow, we did it. We'll come out of it. Yes.